Okay, matchup number one, Ottomans versus Haudenosaunee. Kaiserklein as the Ottomans. It is a 3 TP map with a shared TP line. Mito as the Haudenosaunee. Already sending out a Travois. We see that there are cows on this map, so with that Travois, the Haudenosaunee are going to have a bit of an advantage when it comes to hunting for cows. They can send scouts off in both directions, whereas Kaiserklein only has the one. Already one cow picked up for Mito, none yet for Kaiserklein. We see that he has immediately built a house. He has not yet sent his explorer over for a TP, though I assume that's what he's doing right now as an Ottoman player. Okay, and we see the dock go down for Mido. Mid-map dock, as well as a mid-map TP for Kaiserklein. Can't wait to see the decks. I am expecting Kaiserklein to choose some kind of anti-water, if not a water-booming deck. We did see a previous game in another series on this map where an Ottoman player just did a crazy water boom and even went to age 5. It was incredible, and I think it would be really cool to potentially see Kaiserklein try a similar strategy. No fishing boats yet from the Haudenosaunee player. Still lots of cows left to be found on the map. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cows, 6 cows that have yet to be found. Oh, 7. All the way over here, there's one as well. Neither player seems to be really focusing on finding cows right now, more just picking up treasures. Okay, we see the first Ottoman shipment. Silk Road, as well as 2 galleys and a frigate, so very much an anti-water deck. I don't think we're going to be expecting Kaiserklein to be water booming here, mainly just preventing the Haudenosaunee from getting on water. See if we can take a look at the Haudenosaunee deck. Huh, Forest Mother. I don't think I have seen this card before in any deck. Okay. So it's not a water booming deck, so he's probably just going to pick up a couple of fishing boats and then focus on land. It might also be a rush. We see 1v1 Iena as the name of the deck, and he's got lots of Iena in age 2. He's got 4 military shipments in age 2, so this could be kind of a timing attack or a rush deck, where the Haudenosaunee player is going to be focused on just getting in lots of military shipments quickly and then rushing the Ottoman player down. Taking lots of damage, picking up those treasures, now picking up 65 coin. He's well on his way to aging up. See Kaiser now chopping wood, maybe for another TP. Is that what he's going for here? Okay, and we do see the second TP going down for Kaiser. Are we going to see Silk Road, maybe? Silk Road is going to slightly increase the amount of XP and resources he gets from trade posts, I believe. It doesn't say it on the card, but I do recall in a patch note they mentioned that. It also increases the amount of resources you get from resource shipments, so he could do Silk Road into sending all of his age 2 resources for a huge resource advantage early on. We see some forward villagers as well. Is this going to be a barracks going down? He does have the wood for it, so he may just be prepping. Yeah, he's prepping for a forward base once he's in age 2, I would imagine. Haudenosaunee already sitting on their second shipment as well, just waiting for age 2. Kaiserklein isn't really chopping much wood. I don't know. Yeah, he's not going to be able to drop his barracks just yet. He is picking up his quartermaster wood. And now we see... what? A stable of barracks? An artillery foundry? 4 fishing boats. As well as 5 vills coming in for the Haudenosaunee. Seems he's going to be focusing on eco initially. We do see a barracks going down for Kaiserklein. Uh, he may be macroing for age 3. It's difficult to say as of yet. No Silk Road sent. He's just playing it safe and not being too greedy with Silk Road. Haudenosaunee are sitting on here. Is he looking to potentially... He is chopping for a trade post, it looks like. And now putting it down, though his Explorer may go down to Kaiserklein's. No? It looks like Kaiserklein has just given up the TP. Okay. And we see the War Hut come down for Mido, a forward War Hut. Are we going to see any military shipments? We see him training Iena. No military shipments have been sent yet. And Kaiserklein now producing Janissaries. He is not going to Fortress just yet. If he manages to snare those Iena, they will go down to the Janissaries. No more, no more fishing boats. It looks like from Mido. He is done with his what? Oh, okay. War Hut under attack by tigers. This could be a free. No, no. Kaiserklein is not going to come and steal that. Mito could just go and pick up that treasure now. Do we see more Janissaries? Yes, we see more Janissaries as well as Abus guns now on their way for Kaiserklein. This could be some Age 2 Ottoman aggression. Got to be careful of those Kanya horsemen, though. They're definitely going to be gunning for his Abus guns. Is he going to be... Will he be able to get a full batch of both Janissaries and Abus out? He does have the coin for it, though he's missing some food. Will those food crates arrive in time? The Janissaries on their way to burn down the trade post, but that is going to leave his eco vulnerable to the Kanya horsemen. The Explorer is now going down. More Iena on their way for the Haudenosaunee. This could just be an Age 2 brawl. See 4 Abus guns now, though they are a bit vulnerable. They're not with the Janissaries. So if those Kanya horsemen are used correctly... Oh, okay, we now see Hussar being shipped in for Kaiserklein. Doing a great job taking out some of these Tomahawks and Ienas with his Janissaries, forcing them to retreat. Shipment available for Mido. We're going to maybe see another one of these. Okay, 7 Iena coming in. The Abus training does not get completed. He has lots of Janissaries, though. You only really need a couple of Abus to back up your Janissaries. Janissaries are incredibly tanky, but they have less attack than standard musketeers. So here, a standard musketeer would have 150 HP and 23 ranged attack. A Janissary has a whole 60 additional HP, but 3 less ranged attack. So they make a great frontline unit. And while they're soaking up all the damage, you can have your Abus guns absolutely DPSing with their 40 range siege attack. We did see Ottoman Mosque text come in, though it doesn't seem like it shows them. Let me decrease the size of the UI real quick so we can get a better view. Okay. Yeah, it does not show the active text, it looks like. Okay, eco upgrades as well as Iena and Kanya Horsemen coming in for the Haudenosaunee. Where is this corral? I didn't see that go down. It's over here. Okay. Oh, and here's a confrontation. Are the Hussar going to get on the Iena? There aren't really many Tomahawks, so if the Hussar get on the Iena, that could be critical. Okay, Hussar now connecting with the Iena. No Tomahawks there to really do much about those Hussars. This could be a cleanup for Kaiserklein. He's got the composition advantage. Yes, is looking very good for Kaiserklein, very bad for Mito. This is a lot of food going down the drain. The 3 Hussar shipment absolutely cleaning up these Iona with the help of the Abyss and Janissaries. Are we actually... Okay, it looks like the Tomahawk are going to come out. Are we going to potentially see them get sniped by the Abyss as soon as they spawn? Ooh, we do see one Tomahawk go down. Abyss now giving chase. These Kanya horsemen that are now being trained could potentially do something about them. Has Kaiser forgotten about this TP? As long as the Haudenosaunee have this TP, he can't really upgrade the trade cart, since it would be giving Mito an economic advantage as well. Looks like he's more focused on just hitting the Haudenosaunee economy right now. Now sending in 600 wood. That's going to be all of his Age 2 resource shipments in. Are we potentially going to see 2 galleys next to clean up Mito's water? Doing a great job of chasing these villas away from the town center. That's really what Kaiserklein needs to do, is just make sure he keeps hitting Mito's economy. Since the biggest issue the Ottomans have is trying to keep up with their opponent economically, it's important that you try to raid and hit the enemy economy as much as possible. Saved by the fishing boat. Okay. But now we may see the dock go down. Though, to be honest, I think I'd prefer to see Kaiserklein trying to take this trade post back and then upgrade to trade cart rather than taking the stock. It's unlikely that that Mido is going to really want to do anything with the stock. Can Mido somehow come back from this? He's got 7 Kanya horsemen as well as some tomahawks, shipping in 6 Iona and creating more. But man, he is very heavily on wood. What's he going to do with all that wood? Sassar might get picked off by the Kanyes. Looks like it will. Kaiserklein now sitting on 15 Abyss guns. That is huge. You gotta remember, these are 2-pop units. That's 30 pop worth of Abyss guns. Represents an incredible amount of damage that could be output in a fight. Okay, now shipping in 5 Janissaries for Kaiserklein. Is he looking to go Age 3, or is this all going to be spent on units? Oh, okay, we see trade cart coming in, but he still has not taken down the Haudenosaunee trade post. So it's not going to be a one-sided technology. Mido still ahead on villagers. So we are going to see him, over time, overtake Kaiserklein in score simply due to having the superior economy. I wonder if it may be good for Kaiserklein to potentially go into a stable and start making small batches of 3, 4, 5 Hussars to try to raid Mido. Yeah, since Mido's producing cavalry and Kaiserklein isn't, Mido definitely has the advantage in terms of mobility. He can pick and choose where to engage with the help of those cavalry. He might even go and, like as we see here, raid the Ottoman economy and put Kaiserklein even further behind when it comes to his eco. Is he gonna get a pick on a villager here? All right, so a huge raid with tons of Kanya horsemen for Mido, cleaning up these 5 Janissaries. I don't think he got any villagers, though. In the meanwhile, Kaiserklein taking down the Haudenosaunee trade post. Are we going to see his explorer build one for him instead? And 2 galleys being shipped. So that is essentially going to be a raid for Kaiserklein. He's going to be able to clean up the Haudenosaunee water. Iona coming in. Is this barracks going to go down? Oh, okay, Abyss coming in and just absolutely decimating those Aena. Looks like the barracks does survive. Mm-hmm. 5 movement speed Aenas will be able to outrun these Abyss guns, though. And another raid coming in on the west. Oh, Mito is really punishing the immobile Ottoman army. Looks like this villager... Is she spotted? No, but all these villagers down here have... They're quite far from the TC. Kaiserklein may be losing 1 or 2 villagers here. 1 goes down. And that's 2. Oh, is that... Oh, no! The body block by the vills. Only 1... Okay, 2 vills go down. We now see Hussar in for Kaiserklein. Where did those Hussar come from? Does he have a stable? I don't know where those... Yeah, okay. Stable all the way in the corner. So Kaiserklein adding some mobile elements to his army with a stable. Also putting down that 3rd trade post now, with the 2nd one being sieged down by Mido. Looks like Mido does not see these Janissaries going into melee on his Kanyes. He likely will lose them. See Abyss guns coming in here to pick off some of these Tomahawks. I don't think Kaiserklein is overcommitting in Age 2. He has the superior units. As long as he doesn't let Mito get ahead economically, Kaiserklein will have the advantage in fights. I think one of the important things is Kaiserklein needs to make use of the stable he created to start launching some raids against the Haudenosaunee. He could potentially pick off some of these vills here or some of these down here. Some of the Haudenosaunee villagers are very exposed. No game sounds? Here, let me turn up the sound of the game. Let me know how this sounds. 80%? Yeah. Alright, let me know if this is too loud now. Alright, a bit of a lull in the game right now. We did see Kaiser... Oh, okay. Some Kanyas being picked off. Oh my goodness, that was very loud. I just heard those Abyss shots ring in my ears. I might turn that down just a little bit. Let me know how that sounds for you guys. You still can't hear? Oh, okay. In that case, let me make sure the game audio is actually being captured. Uh, uh, yeah. Every time I change the place of the UI, the scoreboard also gets moved. There we go. It's quite a bit better. Menu, more info. Menu, more... I'm not sure where to find that menu you're talking about. Oh, here? Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm a bit lost again. Okay, game audio still seems to not be coming through. Let me figure out why that is real quick. Oh, it looks like it's... Okay.
Emrin.
Okay, there we go. Game audio is now coming in. It looks like it was just capturing the wrong device. My apologies for not noticing that earlier. Triple TP, oh my gosh. Triple TP on wood for Kaiserklein. He's now going into age 3. Mito is nowhere near age 3. This is looking great, though that's a lot of Kanya Horsemen. Looks like Mito might want to engage, potentially. See Exiled Prince, age up coming in for the Ottomans. Kaiserklein could potentially take advantage of the trade post wood to build some additional TPs and start catching up to Mito's economy in age 3. On the sea is just 2 galleys. Kaiserklein shipped those earlier to clean up 4 fishing boats from Mido. Neither player is really focused on water right now. Oh, those Avis are a bit exposed, but they do have Janissaries to back them up. Some good picks on those Kanya Horsemen. Great to kill them now while he can, considering they're very tanky units. Alright, we see Janissaries being shipped in for Kaiserklein. The Kanya are just committing all in, trying to get on the Avis guns, but these veteran Janissaries are not going to let them have their way. I don't know if this is going to work out for Mido. How many? Still 14 Avis guns left, and he's only got 2 Kanya Horsemen left to try to get on them. Militiamen also called in for Kaiserklein. It looks like Kaiserklein is going to be able to clean up this fight with his Janissaries and Avis guns. We now see 8 Janissaries arriving here to engage the Aeta. This game might get called once this fight is over. I don't know if Mito is going to have too many ways to get back into the game with Kaiserklein being an age ahead and having wiped his army. It looks like these Tomahawks are managing to survive and do some work. Oh, no, we do see the game get called. So, game 1 goes to Kaiserklein. Well played. It's awesome to see some age 2 Ottoman play as opposed to the Bot FF. That is the most common Ottoman strategy. Alright, let's take a look at the postgame. See that Mito was ahead on resources, though I want to see military unit count. Kaiserklein consistently ahead in military, at least up until the end, but we got to remember the Ottoman units, pop-wise, are stronger than the Haudenosaunee units. So not only was Kaiserklein ahead in pop, but he also had the stronger units with Avis guns and Janissaries, as opposed to Iena Tomahawks and Kanya Horsemen. Yeah, Chad, I would agree. I think Mito may have performed a bit better if he had tried going age 3. He's got much better units available to him in age 3. And even if it did end up FF versus FF, I think Haudenosaunee would stand a better chance versus the Ottomans, both in age 3 as opposed to an age 2 brawl. We already know... I guess we could look at villager pop, but we kind of already kept good track of that. We saw that Mito was overall ahead when it came to villager population pretty much the entire game, but Kaiserklein made really good use out of the units he did have to take really good trades versus Mito, keep him from, out of massing him in military by constantly poking with the Avis guns. Yeah, very well played. All right. So if no one has any questions or anything they'd like to see, we can go ahead and go to game 2. Any questions from anyone or any observations you'd like to see? Well, the reason Mito resigned, to answer is, the reason I ask for questions is, for example, someone might want to ask, You know, why? So, for example, someone asked 16 versus 41 vills, and Mito just resigns. Well, the reason I believe Mito resigned there is that the Ottomans still had a military mass. He still had Avis guns, he had Hussars, he had Janissaries, and if this gets cleaned up, look at Mito's resources. He's got 700 wood, but barely any food. And where are his hunts? He's got one hunt here. Nothing here. He was purely dancing for that combat advantage. No wonder those tomahawks did as well as they did. Yeah, even some Avis guns here, probably gonna go out and kill some villagers. Mito didn't really have many hunts left aside from this one up here, and the Ottomans were gonna be pushing in. Yeah, we can go ahead and take a look at the Vill graph. So we saw that Mito was consistently ahead all game. We saw a good number of villagers go down in that last fight, but Mito got his army cleaned up. Alright, let's go on to game 2. Yep, Birdie is exactly correct. Otto doesn't need vills, and the problem is with 3 TPs all on wood, Kaiserklein would be able to put down some additional town centers with that wood he's receiving, and then he can very easily rebuild his economy with multiple town centers. Alright, let's go ahead and start game 2. Okay. Oh, okay, a German mirror. These are always really interesting to see from Kaiserklein. He's well known to be one of the strongest German players in the AoE 3 community. Okay, we see both players getting some initial treasures. Kaiserklein starting with 2 coin treasures right in his base. Mito also picked up 1, but I believe I only saw 1 get picked up for Mito. Interesting to see that Kaiserklein started with 2. It's going to be a really good advantage in terms of maybe potentially buying some food or some wood from the market. If Kaiserklein just grabs 5 coin, he will be able to buy another resource. Already picked up hunting dogs. Oh, sorry. I was looking at Mido, thinking I was looking at Kaiserklein. Okay, we pretty much see the same strategy for both sides so far. A market, a house, and hunting dogs. Both players macroing towards age 2 now. Oh my gosh, okay. Not much to say right now. Both players just hunting for treasures. Kaiserklein going for this 80 XP treasure. Mito for 90 wood. I want to say that 90 wood is superior to 80 XP. Wood being a difficult to gather resource. That's going to make it easier for him to gather, to put down a house. That's pretty much 10 less than what he needs for a house. That's half of a barracks. Yeah, it looks like these explorers are not going to counter each other, so we're not going to see Kaiserklein hunting down Mito's explorer. Ooh, 95 wood here for Kaiserklein. But he is deciding instead to go for this 110 coin treasure. This could be a signal that, well, that would be a faster age 3 if Kaiserklein decides to fast fortress this game. We see identical shipments coming in for both players. Mito ahead by 1 villager, it looks like, on 17 pop. No, that's not a villager. That is I think that's some kind of companion animal, maybe? Does he have some other unit running around somewhere? Okay. 110 coin now coming in for Kaiserklein. Are we going to see him go to 95 wood next? Could be dangerous. Mito is here, potentially grabbing this 90 food treasure. And the first to age is Kaiserklein. Mito still waiting on more food. He has not aged up yet. That was a very fast age up for Kaiserklein. Pre 3 minutes. This could... Oh, I don't know if this is good for Kaiserklein. The Mito's Explorer is right there. Now coming in to engage and potentially steal the wood treasure. Together with the other 90 wood treasure he picked up, that's almost 200 wood for Mito.
Aufgabe.
Oh, okay. So Mito gives up the treasure, but is now going to be hunting down Kaiserklein's Explorer, who looks like he wants to put down a TP. Will he survive long enough to get that TP down? Already on 80 HP. Oh, okay. We see Placer Mines coming in now for Mito. Did we already see Placer Mines come in? Yes, we did. We did. Kaiserklein already researched Placer Mines. Looks like his Explorer will go down without getting the TP up. That's going to be big. No TP is going to slow down Kaiserklein's shipment curve. Okay, we now see a settler wagon here to finish building the TP. Looks like Kaiserklein was already predicting that the TP would go down. Alright, 3 settler wagons and 2 Ulans now coming in for Kaiserklein. It's going to arrive much faster than Mito's equivalent shipment, simply due to him aging that much faster. I believe he's about 20 seconds ahead. Also a barracks coming down. It's going to be an age 2 rush from Kaiserklein, taking advantage of his faster age up. Yeah. Kaiserklein's ahead on TP placement, ahead on barracks placement, ahead on the shipment. Now training Doppelsoldners. Now we see why Kaiserklein prioritized the 110 coin treasure over the 95 wood treasure. He wanted to spend some coin on Dops age 2. And Mito's going to be forced to play on the defensive now. The top bar shows villagers, so this is 18 vills to 24. This is due to Kaiserklein having the earlier settler wagon shipment. Also, we don't see settler wagons coming in for Mito. We actually see 700 wood. So Kaiserklein is going to be ahead in economy for a while with the 3 settler wagon advantage. Zulans now coming in. Kaiserklein going to get this 90 food treasure with the help of Zulans. What will the second shipment be? Doppelsoldiers and Ulans will beat Pikes and Ulans. Looking good for Kaiser. His Ulans now engaging the Pikes. If he manages to get them on the Ulans, they will go down. Now see 700 wood coming in for Kaiserklein. This could mean he wants to get some crossbows in. Crossbow shipment from Mido to defend his base from the Doppelsoldier, so it looks like this house will go down. More Doppelsoldiers being trained by Kaiserklein. Looks like he will be getting at least 4 Doppelsoldiers. We see a couple crossbows now trained for Mido to chase off these Doppelsoldiers. More Dops now for the Kaiserklein. Are we going to see crossbows next? hunting steel traps now coming in. More crossbows in queue for Mito. He's playing this very defensively. Oh, are these crossbows caught? It looks like the Dops are going to be able to get on top of these 4 crossbow, but there's 8 crossbows to back them up. Kaiserklein now shipping in crossbows of his own, as well as training Uhlans in his base. He's seen all of these crossbows come down from Mido, and now he's going to train Uhlans as a counter. If these 2 Uhlans can get on those crossbows, that could be enough to just snare them and help the Dops to engage and clean them up. Uhlans getting caught by crossbows and Uhlans. Mido is finally sending in his 3 settler wagons, though Kaiserklein has had his for much longer and is already quite ahead when it comes to eco. Crossbows now in. Will Kaiserklein be able to take advantage of these 5 Uhlans to clean this up? He needs to push in with the Dops. The Dops have to take care of the pikemen to keep the Uhlans safe. Okay, Dops do take care of the pikemen, now pushing in. Are the Uhlans... Are Kaiserklein's Uhlans now going to connect with these crossbowmen? Looks like no. 700 coin now coming in for Kaiserklein. Also continuing to train Doppel soldiers and Uhlans. A great combination of very strong units. Mido has to be very careful here. If these crossbows get caught, they will be cleaned up very quickly by the combination of Doppels and Uhlans. Mido managing to make some good trades here. The 2 Uhlans do connect, but they're low. They're not going to be able to get much done. Now Mido's Uhlans are connecting with Kaiserklein's crossbows. Kaiserklein is now outnumbered. This looks like a good fight for Mido. We see more Uhlans coming in, but there are pikemen to block them. Oh, 5 Uhlans connecting with the crossbows. We see Dops from Mido coming in. This is looking to be in Mido's favor. He's got a larger crossbow mass. He's doing a great job of playing keep away with Kaiserklein's Uhlans. We now see both players training Doppelsoldners. However, Kaiserklein, look at those resources. He's sitting on 500 oud, nearly 1,000 gold. Is this going to be a potential age 3 from Kaiserklein? Yeah, Kaiserklein seems to be disengaging, and may be aging up in just a moment. This could be dangerous. Mido may take advantage of Kaiserklein's age up to push into his base. He's going to take down this forward base of the TP and barracks, and then potentially go and do some damage to Kaiserklein's economy while he's busy aging up. Take a quick look. So, are both players running Silversmith? Okay, Mido is not running Silversmith in his deck. So Silversmith is a card that essentially makes your coin mines last longer, which is important in German mirrors, because often they'll go down, come down to which player runs out of coin first. So having Silversmith in deck means that you'll just be able to squeeze that much more coin out of your coin mines and get those very important German gold units. The forward base is down for Kaiserklein, though he is now in age 3. Now we see Uhlans and skirmishers. We're going to see potentially... Yes, we do see veteran Uhlans coming in. Will Mito now look to macro to age 3?
Bereit.
Ulan's coming back to defend.
Auftrag.
These two
Bereit.
Ulans are going to be able to catch some villagers here. Are they going for the settler wagons instead?
Auftrag.
Ooh, by going for the settler wagons, he's now given up his Ulans to the crossbows. Veteran Ulans now in for Kaiserklein. Could potentially take advantage of that to win this fight. Yep, his skirmishers are shipped in. His Ulans are engaging the crossbows. Needs to snipe those doppel soldiers though. How many dops do we see here now from Mido? We see 6 dops. If those get cleaned up, this could get very dangerous. Those Ulans will clean up those crossbows in a heartbeat. Only 3 dops left. This could be a cleanup for Kaiserklein. If we look at the score, we can see he's 2.5k score ahead. Mido is just now going up to age 3. Could be losing his whole army here. We may see game get called here. It depends on whether Mido believes he can come back or not after getting his army cleaned up. He does have lots of resources to rebuild if he manages to hit age 3 before Kaiserklein does much damage to him. Oh my goodness, 9 Ulans being sent in for Kaiserklein as well as 5 being trained. This is going to be a huge Ulan mass for Kaiserklein. Mido, with all his vills up in the north, trying to do everything he can to make sure that Kaiserklein doesn't find his vills and clean them up with Ulans. But if Kaiserklein does manage to find them, they're completely exposed. That could be game. Oh my goodness, 10 Ulans about to make contact with these vills. Oh no, this could be game. The vills going in behind walls. Are these vills actually safe? Could the Ulans not go through here? Oh my goodness. This could be game. That's a lot. How many vills is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, and we see game over. Mido giving up after his clump of 14 vills is discovered and attacked by Kaiserklein. Very well played. That is now 2 games to Kaiserklein. Man, I don't know if that wall placement didn't really do much. There was still a gap there, and it kind of just trapped the vills. It kind of just said, hey, we're dead, but we're going to be dead 10 seconds, or I guess 30 seconds, however long it takes to burn down this wall, is however much longer these villagers are going to survive. I don't know if I really see much point to the wall. A string to get confused and end up at a place it shouldn't be. Not sure. I can't tell if this is a programming question, Eyes, or if you're just trying to make a joke. This is a very strange comment. Well, I've never done any modding for Age of Empires 3. I don't even know what language you use when you're modding. But I'd be happy to help you. I am a software engineer in my day job, so... Alright, regardless, let's take a look at the post-game. Alright. I want to see... Yeah, villager count. We see Kaiserklein is pretty consistently ahead, able to make use of that to mine more gold and get more Ulans and Dops out. Also, hit age 3 more quickly. About all resources gathered. Oh my goodness, look at how ahead Kaiserklein was able to get. Yeah, the 3 settler wagon advantage was real. It was around this point that Mito finally shipped in his own 3 settler wagons and managed to start closing the gap economically. military. It looks like Mito. Yeah, this is the point where Kaiserklein started preparing for Age 3. Creates 5 Ulans, ships in skirmishers and all that. Yeah. And then Mito just gets cleaned up. All right. Great game. Beautiful German mirror. Well played for both players. Did we never did see Silversmith come in for Kaiserklein. I guess he didn't really need it. He managed to close the game quite early. All right. Let's go ahead and open up game 3. Oh my goodness, Kaiserklein as Russia versus Mido as the British. British versus Russia. Oh man, I gotta say, I think this matchup is British favored. But man, Kaiserklein has managed to pull off 2 wins so far, so he might be able to do something crazy, and you know, take down the British with Russia. Wow, okay, we see an early market coming down for Mido. Mido complaining about the distance of his second mine. It is quite far from his TC compared to Kaiserklein, which has an in-base mine and then a back mine. Okay, we do see early hunting dogs coming in for Mido, so he does a market manner start. It's going to be great for getting him to age 2 as quickly as possible. We also see that Mido is over here picking up some llamas. 3 picked up so far by Kaiserklein. Mido has picked up 1, 2, 3 as well. There are 2 remaining, one of which is now going to Mido. We could see 3 llamas for Kaiserklein and 5 for Mido here if Mido managed to pick up this final llama. Could also see a bit of an explore brawl here. Oh no, Kaiserklein's starting the treasure just as Mido arrives. Will he manage to get the treasure? Kaiserklein does manage to pick up the treasure. He could take advantage of this coyote pup to chase down and kill Mido's explorer. Look at the decks. Okay. Whoa, a land grab deck for Mido. So no Virginia Company. Instead we see land grab. This could potentially be a long haul deck that looks to just grind out the enemy and push them into the late game where land grab is going to allow him to transition to farms and estates. Now see Kaiserklein's deck, a very stereotypical Russia deck with lots of resource and military shipments in Age 2, as well as Manchurian cavalry archers in Age 3. Oh my goodness, we see Kaiserklein also get this treasure. Now picking up a native scout. Looks like Mido will be the first to reach Age 3 though. He's already on 700 food, whereas Kaiser is on 600. Alright, Mido is now on his way to the second age. Kaiserklein now picking up an 80 coin treasure. That's great if he plans to put out a batch of musketeers as soon as he hits Age 2. Now aging up with 14 vills. Are we going to see a forward blockhouse here? Oh, I see now there was a question about land grab. So yeah, you can go ahead and take a quick look at it. essentially land grab is going to make your mills and estates much cheaper, as well as make them build much faster. So it's a very situationally useful card. It's only really good if you plan to play a very long game and you're going to be 30-40 minutes in and building lots of mills and estates to have a perpetually to make your economy just... I was trying to figure out how to put it. I was going to say like a perpetual economy. Is that the correct way to put it? I kind of had the idea of a perpetual motion machine in my head. I guess that's an okay way to put it. Alright, we now see Mito all in on wood, starting his manor boom as he is heading towards age 2 with the Philosopher Prince. That is going to be 500 food, I believe. The Quartermaster for Kaiserklein already has a shipment banked, ready to send in some military once he is in age 2. Okay, Kaiserklein potentially idling Mito for a moment here. If Mido decides to put some villas in the TC to take out his Explorer... Oh, okay, Mito immediately putting down a stable. Though he's getting trolled by his hunt. Is the stable not going to go down? Oh my goodness, the game is just trolling. Okay, finally, the stable is now getting built. See 5 Cossacks coming in for Kaiserklein. Yeah, the food age up is going to be very good for Mido. Hussars are 600 food and 400 coin to create a batch. So sending in that 500 food from the age up is going to help him to get a full batch of Hussar out. We now see him sending in 700 coin. And I'm predicting that all that coin is going to go into a full batch of Hussars. Right, we see Musketeers being trained by Kaiserklein from the forward blockhouse. Maybe taking out these 3 vills that are forward.
Готов.
Where are the Cossacks? Did he canceled the 5 Cossack shipment? Okay. So that shipment never actually came in. Also a second blockhouse coming in. We're gonna see maybe double Musketeer spam from Kaiserklein. See, Kaiserklein did see the barracks go... no, he saw both the stable and the barracks. So knowing that that stable went down, he knows what to expect in terms of units from the British and what he needs to counter. Now building more Ruskets. He's got to keep his economy safe though. If he gets raided by Hussars... that's going to put him that much more behind. We see that the British are already 5 vills ahead.
Ready.
And they have market ups. Has Kaiserklein even built a market? Yes, he has. What does he have in terms of market upgrades? Looks like nothing yet, according to the Eyes UI.
Приказ.
Stable now coming down for Kaiserklein. As well as 700 coin. So that might just be spent on Cossacks. And here comes the raid. Mido takes down 1 vill.
Что?
The Ruskets now coming in to try to defend. Another vill down. Oof. That's gotta hurt. He's already behind. Now he's 7 vills behind. Looks like Kaiserklein was trying to garrison his vills, but the game was just unresponsive or something. Very strange.
Come on.
Oh man, Mito building even more manor houses now, taking advantage of his raid to just get even more ahead economically at home.
Готов.
Is Kaiserklein going to be grabbing this treasure? 40% Explorer HP. Do see Cossacks being trained. 600 coin now being shipped in for Mido. Is that going to be unit coin? It looks like it may very well be. He has Hussars and Musketeers in queue. 20 bills on food. We see a full batch of Cossacks being trained by Kaiserklein. Now shipping in food. What is Kaiserklein's plan here? I'm not sure. The longer he waits to do anything, the further ahead Mito is going to be economically. And if Mito's ahead economically, he's going to fight Kaiserklein on equal terms in terms of military size, and Russia will never win that fight.
Commandment.
That's 9 Hussars now for Mido. What is Kaiserklein going to do? He's only got 10 Ruskets, 5 more on the way? I honestly think 15 Ruskets loses quite hard to 9 Hussars. Ruskets are just so weak. We see 10 more Ruskets on the way for Kaiserklein. More Ruskets and more Muskets and Hussars on the way for Mido. This looks like it will be an H2 brawl to an extent. Are we going to see 600 wood next from Mido, or maybe villagers or musket upgrades? For Kaiserklein, he has not sent any military shipments yet. The Russian scout now being found, and it will soon be taken out by Mido. Yep. And it's down.
Что?
Oh my goodness. Kaiserklein now mixing in some Strelets. Very important unit when you're up against enemy musketeers. Honestly, the Strelets are going to be so important here. Hussars and muskets versus Cossacks and Ruskets. It's going to go in the favor of the British anyway, and the only way that Kaiserklein can really try to win that fight is by mixing in some Strelets and making good use of them to counter the British musketeers. He's just got to be very careful that those Hussars don't take them out. Alright, we see more Strelets now arriving. That was the 13 Strelet shipment. Okay, this is good. This could be very good for Kaiserklein. His Ruskets are positioned in such a way as to cover the Strelets from the Hussars. Oh, another batch of 5 Hussars now coming in though. Trying to engage the Strelets. Some Musketeers there to save them. Will it be enough? This engagement could just decide the whole game. It seems to be going all right for Kaiserklein, but honestly, it's very hard to tell. These Russian units, you need a lot of them to make up for their stat deficiency. Lots of Hussar going down for Mido. That's very good for Kaiserklein. It means the Strelets are going to be that much safer. It looks like this fight went quite well for Kaiserklein. He's still got a good mass left. He's got Strelets mixed in against nothing but Musketeers from Mido. This could be the chance for Kaiserklein to come back. He's still 10 bills behind. Mido now sending in cavalry hit points. Still training Hussars. Oh my goodness. We now see Cossacks coming in. Cossacks engaging the lone Hussar. Great idea. Kaiserklein making some really efficient trades. I mean, that's what he needs to come back from this. Now training 10 Strelets. He's still got Cossacks as well as Boyars left to send. What shipment are we going to see next? Cossacks or Boyars? We do see Boyars coming in. That's going to upgrade his Strelets and his Cossacks. Oh, potential Musketeer raid. Oh no, Kaiserklein's really got to pull back these bills. He's already behind economically. Any raids are just gonna,
Готов.
make it that much more difficult for him to pull off this game. Whoa.
Готов.
It's crazy to see 7 Strelids chase around this giant mass of, how many? 19 musketeers? Oh, we see a hussar raid over
Ready.
here. Looks like one Vil did go down. 2 Vils now going down. Some Cossacks are here to defend, but that's already 2 Vils. Once again, Kaiserklein is even more behind. Another Vil goes down, that's 3? Oh my goodness. Mito staying ahead economically with those raids. We have not seen Kaiserklein do any raids with his Cossacks. Though there are some good opportunities for him. What's gonna happen? Oh. More Strelids and Cossacks for Mido.
Ко мне возвращается сила.
I don't know, Mito's still got plenty of upgrades left to send. He's got both cavalry damage as well as musketeer HP and damage. Those upgrades could make it just that much more difficult for Kaiser to keep doing well in H2. This fight is looking quite good for Kaiserklein. There aren't enough hussars to really do much about his Strelitz. Oh my goodness, we see 9 hussars now coming in. Are there enough ruskets here to take care of them? There's 19 ruskets. However, the musketeers have been mostly cleaned up by Kaiserklein. This is actually looking quite good for him. These hussars are not going to be able to break through the wall of ruskets. This could be the opportunity that Kaiserklein was waiting for. He's got to... Oh my god! That's it? The game was called. So the game goes in favor of Kaiserklein. Wow. Mito just kind of gives up after that fight. We see that he doesn't really have much left in terms of military. What did he have in terms of... So he had 400 food and 150 gold. I mean, I guess he could start queuing some units, but I guess he just kind of realized that these Cossacks are... they're going to head in, they're going to start raiding his Vils. And what does he have left in terms of hunt? He's got this 1 hunt left. So nothing... He doesn't really have any resources left where he can just kind of sit in his base and play defensively.
Ready.
He's kind of stuck just kind of running away from the Russian army with all his Vils. Wow, okay. Yeah. I don't think the game was quite over yet, but Mito was in a very difficult situation where he was going to have to play kind of chicken with it, just running around his Vils all over the place, trying to keep them alive so that he can rebuild his army. Wow. Oh, look at the post-game. Unfortunately, military pop isn't going to tell us too much, since the Russian military is always quite large, but is statistically inferior to any other. Wow, we see that Kaiserklein was actually behind in terms of military unit population, but through some incredible micro, especially in that initial fight where he managed to kind of jam his musketeers between the British musketeers and hussars, he was just, able to make some really good trades with his inferior Russian units. And because his units are cheaper, he could keep pumping them out and bringing in reinforcements. And just, did a great job of countering Mito's army. Just look at this nosedive in military pop. Holy crap. Incredibly, this game showcased some really cool stuff. Let's go ahead and update the scoreboard. Wow, that's 3 points now for Kaiserklein. So let's take a moment because I need to figure out how I'm going to get access to the next game. Because so far I only have Okay, is this... Okay, it looks like some other games were sent by Kaiserklein, so just give me a moment to download those. So if you guys like, feel free to chat, make some predictions about whether Mito will be able to pull off a comeback. In the meanwhile, I will download the latest games. These were just played. The latest one from not even 5 minutes ago, 1:56 p.m. Okay, let me just get these games in there. All right, I have the latest games now. So let me go ahead and move that over. All right, so now we have game 4. So game 4 of Kaiserklein versus Mido. Kind of a legendary matchup. We've seen Kaiserklein and Mido have gone up against each other in many tournaments. Oh my gosh, and we have another mirror. We have a French mirror now. Oh, okay. Looks like Mido was saying he should have played Dutch in the previous matchup. I think those were messages from the previous game. Okay. On Florida, are we gonna see hunting dogs come in now? Kaiserklein getting that early hunting dogs. Mito has not yet gone for hunting dogs. Looks like he instead was going for... Where does Wood go? Oh well, I'm looking at the wrong player. So, Mito put down a trade post, and Kaiserklein put down, just got immediate hunting dogs, and is going to go for a bit of a later trade post. Sheep scouting now. Are we also going to see Mito go for hunting dogs? It looks like we may see that, with him gathering some coin. Kaiser does miss this trade travois due to putting down the trade post later, opting to go for hunting dogs first. I hope that was worth it in terms of the additional food he gathered in that span of time. That would have been 62 XP had he put down that trading post earlier. We now see Mido, hunting dogs coming in, already sending in 3 CDBs. Kaiser now sending it in slightly behind due to having the slower trade post.
Correct. Oui.
40 food treasure being found by Kaiserklein. Mito is also on the hunt, currently working on a 75 wood treasure. Oh, but looks like Kaiserklein will get this native scout. That's going to be big. In a mirror like this, the information that a native scout provides you is what you need, because you want to make sure you efficiently trade and counter whatever units your opponent is creating. So he's going to be able to see whether Mito puts up a barracks or a stable initially. Looks like Kaiserklein decided to not grab the native scout. Is he instead maybe stealing this 35 food treasure? He is not. Right over here, looks like he's preparing to work on this 100 coin treasure.
Oui.
Kaiserklein stealing the 35 food treasure.
Votre ordre?
Is that what he's doing, or is he just scouting?
Oui.
Okay, he is now taking the 35 food treasure in Mito's base.
Oui.
He could potentially pick up... Oh my! Okay, so Kaiserklein with the Paiute Scout has scouted that Mito's Explorer is up here looking to take this 100 coin treasure. His Explorer has more HP, so he could potentially come up here and bully Mito off of this treasure. Passy, Game 3 was Kaiserklein as Russia versus Mito as the British, and the game went in favor of Kaiserklein.
Oui.
Kaiser on his way to potentially steal this treasure, and maybe even take down Mito's Explorer. He's, quite low on HP, very vulnerable. Oh, it looks like Kaiserklein did start grabbing the treasure first, steals the 100 coin treasure from Mito, and might even potentially pick up his Explorer. $42 HP. Can he do it? It's quite close. Native Scout might be able to finish it with some melee attacks. Oh, and we see the Explorer go down for Mito. 45 XP for Kaiserklein. I guess that makes up for his, slightly laid trade post that made him miss a Travois pass. This is looking really good for Kaiserklein. Not only has he stolen treasures, but he's even taken down Mito's Explorer. He's got a Native Scout over where? Where's the... I heard the cloaking sound, but I don't see the Native Scout anywhere. Oh, there it is. He's going to be able to get... There are lots of information about what Mito's up to. Whereas Mito, he's blind. All he knows is that Kaiserklein has a TP. Though he does see... How is Mito seeing this? Oh, okay, there's Mito's Scout. So Mito does see the barracks coming down for Kaiserklein. Kaiserklein Scout. Oh, okay. So Mito starts building a stable and then deletes it in favor of a barracks. I guess he was trying to kind of psych out Kaiserklein by letting him scout the stable and then switching. Alright, 700 wood now coming in for both players in Age 2. Let me make sure this is enabled so we see the economy of both players side by side. Wow, why is it showing Mito as being so ahead in Eco? 20 villagers? From what? Let me look at the... Oh, okay. It seems that Mito has actually sent 4 CDBs and Kaiser is not. Kaiser instead opting to send double wood shipments. See pikes being trained by Kaiserklein. Musketeers for Mido. I think Musketeers are going to perform quite well into this, as long as he doesn't let the crossbow kite him. He could potentially take advantage of his slight eco advantage to win this fight. Alright, Mido calling in the militiamen. It seems like Kaiserklein has many more Age 2 cards than Mito does. Mito's deck is much more Age 3 and Age 4 focused. So if this turns into a long game with players going into Age 3 or Age 4, especially Age 4 in the case of Mito, like look at this, 14 skirms, 12 skirms, 6 cuirassiers, as well as heavy cannons and culverins. It's a lot of things you can ship in Age 4. I don't know if Kaiserklein is gonna let him reach that point though. It's very difficult to go all the way to Industrial Age in a game like this. Alright. Kaiser now being trained by Mido. Kaiserklein still focusing on his pike crossbow strategy. It will be enough to defeat Mido. Mido now shipping in 3 Hussar. What will we see Kaiserklein shipping next? We see 4 CDBs coming in for Kaiserklein. That's going to equalize the eco between the 2 players once those 4 CDBs come in for Kaiserklein. See Kaiserklein doing a great job of kiting with his crossbows, just doing as much damage as he can with them. Looks like the crossbows are now really taking some damage from those musketeers. He's going to need to keep at least a couple of them alive to keep those Hussar off of him. Oh, I don't think there's enough pikes here to finish off what's left of these Hussars. There's still 4 Hussars and only 4 pikes to deal with them. Do we see more pikes on the way here? We do see more pikes being trained by Kaiserklein. Mido's Hussar do disengage. Kaiserklein does snipe one of Mito's Hussars with his crossbows. Honestly, that's what he needs. He wants to do as much damage as he can with his crossbows, while keeping his pikes as just a deterrent to a Hussar charge. Oh, are these CDBs gonna be caught by the crossbows? This could be big if Kaiserklein manages to take out some of Mito's CDBs. That would get him ahead economically. It's going to be very important. Pike now coming in to keep the Hussar off. When CDB does go down, Kaiserklein now ahead by 1 villager pop. We see both players have pretty much just spent all their resources on military. So another Age 2 brawl game occurring here. New shipment from Mido. What are we going to see come in? I'm thinking likely we're going to see a resource crate shipment here. Well, the pikes are slightly out of position. The coin mine is in the way and preventing them from connecting with the Hussar as they would like to. $600 coin now being shipped in by Mido. We also see that Kaiserklein has now shifted over and is now training coin units, primarily musketeers. We have not seen a stable come down from him yet. But he is now training coin units rather than wood units. Which honestly is good. If he mixes in musketeers with his crossbows, that's going to perform much better than pike and crossbows. What are we gonna see come in for Kaiserklein? I'm guessing 600. No, he's probably gonna bank his shipment. He is now on his way to age 3. Whereas Mito is still nowhere near age 3, only on 200 food and 50 coin, and just having received a 600 coin shipment. It's going to be a while before he manages to go age 3. We continue to see Kaiserklein with musketeers being trained, now putting up walls. And it looks like Mito is backing off, expecting, I guess, some sort of trap. Kaiserklein does not complete the musketeers. It looks like he's just saving his resources potentially for skirmishers and dragoons at age 3. And we do see skirmishers enter the queue, and dragoons also being shipped. Oh my goodness. Apologies that my camera keeps flying around. It's sensitive. Here we also see veteran crossbow being researched.
Oui.
He's got 30 crossbowmen, so that's going to be very useful. I don't know if he wants to engage. His 8 pikes are all the way back here. If the Hussar decide to run back, they could do quite some damage before the pikes arrive.
Hey.
Mido now also on the way to age 3 with the exiled prince. Finally catching up in terms of age. I think Mito's whole strategy here is to potentially go industrial, though. He's got a lot of cards in the industrial age. And if he, considering Kaiserklein's deck is front-loaded towards age 2 and age 3, Mito is going to have to find some way to go industrial if he wants to take advantage of the deck that he chose. Otherwise, Kaiserklein may just use his shipment advantage to stay ahead. Oh no, these 5 Hussars just get caught by dragoons. It's, a lot of resources are going to be lost there for Mito. In the meanwhile, Kaiserklein's archaic infantry army here to start sieging stuff down. Mito sending in 2 falconets to answer? These Hussars gonna get anything done here? Or are they just gonna get cleaned up by dragoons? They do get on a CDB. I don't know if they're gonna be able to kill too many before getting cleaned up by dragoons, though. Those CDBs are quite tanky. You see 3 CDBs go down in total. I believe that was 3. We also see that one of Mito's barracks has been burned down by Kaiserklein. Falconet's about to pop. Let's see how this... No anti-artillery units nearby to do anything about them. Only 1 shot is taken... Oh, no, 2 shots. Okay. So Mito managed to fend off Kaiserklein with falconets. Kaiserklein still has 2 falconets in deck, now having been reminded of them by Mito, switches from sending 8 skirms to 2 falconets. It's going to be a falconet war in age 3, it looks like. Curious to see which player is going to manage to win. Mito kind of stuck in his base, playing very defensively. Currently, economy is on par for both players, with Kaiserklein being noticeably ahead in terms of military pop. He's at 125, 75 of that being military, whereas Mito is only at 51 military out of his 195 pop total. Man, these dragoons from Kaiserklein doing a great job of just scouting and making sure he's always aware of where Mito's military is. What are we gonna see? We now see 3 falconets on the field for Mido. He's decided to train an additional falconet. He's got to be careful though. Kaiserklein has lots of dragoons, and dragoons are anathema to falconets. Oh my, is he going to set up behind this native settlement and maybe get some safe falconet shots off? Looks like no. Rather taking this small raiding party to kind of just snipe the explorer. Mito now deciding to push into Kaiserklein's base. Kaiserklein over here just outside of Mito's base with his army. What's he going to be doing? How is he going to respond? Oh, we now see another Falc in the mix for Mito. Mito now with 4 falconets. Kaiserklein has still not built an artillery foundry, so he's only going to have those 2 falconets, though he is shipping in cuirassiers as well as training them. So he's got lots of ways of dealing with falconets. He's got lots of goons. He's now bringing in cuirassiers. Honestly, I think this upcoming fight might just come down to whether or not Mito's falconets can manage to survive and do lots of damage to Kaiserklein's infantry. It is going to give Mito a lot of siege power, though. He's going to be able to kind of sit here in front of Kaiserklein's base and do lots of damage to buildings with those falconets and force Kaiserklein to engage him. Kaiserklein pushing forward with his falconet. Some dragoons from Mito coming in to try to do some damage to them. 1 falconet goes down for Kaiserklein. Mito's still on 4. All falconets down, though now there are cuirassiers engaging Mito's falconets. Dragoons coming in to take pot shots as well. All falconets are down for both players. However, it looks like... Yeah, wow, okay, game over in terms of Kaiserklein. Mito saw those cuirassiers on top of his infantry, and he just gave up. He was surrounded. Alright, wow, oh my goodness, that's 4 games for Kaiserklein now. That's insane. He's doing a great job of just taking every bit of advantage he can in fights. Especially, like, Kaiserklein's micro here has just been insane. He somehow always manages to have his units in the right place. In the previous Russia game, we saw him, you know, use his inferior Russian units to and just perfectly place them to cover some strelets and counter Mito's military. And now we see him doing the same, just pulling off an incredible surround with crossbow skirmishers, dragoons, and cuirassiers. To make up for a deficiency of 2 falconets and just clean up Mito's military. Wow, okay, incredible game. Let's take a quick look at the post-game. I know that for most of the game, Kaiserklein was ahead in terms of military pop. Yeah. Kaiserklein was pretty ahead most of the game. We see here... Mito was ahead, but this was only because Kaiserklein was spending his resources on Age 3. But due to his faster Age 3, Kaiserklein was able to start putting in some military shipments and just look at the military pop and the difference that builds up with those Age 3 shipments. Villager population. Yeah, Mito was the first to send in his 4 CDB shipment Age 2 with Kaiserklein instead sending in wood shipments to get those crossbows and pikes out, but we see it kind of normalizes ultimately. Yeah, at the end of the day, this game pretty much came down to unit macro. Let's look at total resources. Mito was actually ahead in total resources gathered for most of the game, which is interesting because we did see that Kaiserklein had a larger military mass. Okay. Really good game, well played. Now we can go on to game 5. Is Kaiserklein going to be able to just continue this insane win streak he has going? I believe that in this game, the Civ picks reset. So we now see Mito once again choosing Germany, with Kaiserklein choosing Spain. So rather than a German mirror, we're going to see Spanish versus Germany. Whose shipments will win out?
Preparado.
Is Kaiserklein going to go for an age 1 TP here?
Preparado.
Looks like no. Alright, we see the age 1 market going down for Mido. Either player chosen a deck yet? No. Guess we'll have to wait a bit to find that out. Looks like Kaiserklein may be hunting Mito's Explorer.
Bereit.
He's not really doing much with his Explorer right now, aside from just scouting and looking around. Meanwhile, Mito is working on a 90 food treasure, gonna help him age up that much faster.
¿Qué me ordena? Sí.
How much has Kaiserklein been able to scout? He's done a great job scouting his half of the map. He knows, he's seen all the TPs, he's seen a good number of treasures. Now going for the 70 food treasure, which he's going to be able to pick up quite well with the help of his dog. Guajolete. Okay. Interesting name for a dog.
Preparado.
Is Mito going to be... Yes, Mito now picking up a 70 food treasure. On top of his 90 food treasure he got initially, that's going to make for a very quick age up.
¿Cuál es su comando?
Mito just about finished with that 70 food treasure. Kaiserklein deciding to go for this Native American warrior treasure. That's going to give him a Haudenosaunee tomahawk that he can use to then pick up larger treasures or maybe bully Mito's Explorer with. Kaiserklein is nearly ready to age up. That early Spanish age up. Yep, now grabbing that treasure. Alright, Mito getting down. His first TP. Where did he get the wood for that? I didn't see him macro at all towards wood. Oh, I guess I was more focused on following the explorers around. Let's take a look at the decks. Standard Germany deck for Mito. It looks like it might be specifically for countering Spain. We see he has Silversmith and Age 2, Hessian Jaegers and Black Riders Age 3, as well as lots of military shipments. This could be a German fast fortress. It does look like the kind of deck you would run when your plan is to fast fortress. ATP now coming in for Kaiserklein. It looks like he is running a Spanish ATP deck. Preparing to put down his first trade post. Now going down. He's on his way to Age 2 with the Governor. Mito on his way up with the Quartermaster. What snares the dog? Or the Haudenosaunee tomahawk? I'm not sure what he's referring to. I guess the dog. Doesn't look like it's snaring though. Mito now picking up placer mines. A second TP coming down for Kaiserklein. It looks like Mito wants a second TP, but he's not going to find anything here. Both of these TPs have already been claimed by Kaiserklein. He's going to have to go east to spend that wood on a TP. Kaiserklein in age 2, now shipping 700 coin. This is going to be a Spanish fast fortress, it looks like. Spanish ATP into fast fortress. Okay. Yeah, this is a great map for Spanish fast fortress. He's sending his governor outpost forward, putting it here together with this advanced trading post. Together, they're going to have, you know, they're going to be able to clean up a batch of 5 units if one does come by. This could be a great location for Kaiserklein to set up his forward base. Just set up a barracks right under here. It's got cover from both an ATP and an outpost. Third trading post now going down for Kaiserklein on his way there with his explorer. Or is he? He's gonna build this with a Vil? Looks like he put it down, but he's not heading there just yet. Settler wagons on their way for Mido. Dogs and a tomahawk raiding this Vil. They're not going to do a lot of damage. All of those units have disadvantages versus Vils. Honestly, I think he could have kept at it though. Look at that. He got the Settler all the way down to 80 HP. I think if he just kept the tomahawk and the 3 dogs on, he would have been able to clean up the Settler. Ulan's on the way though. Ah, okay. Kaiserklein now realizing that he never told his explorer to go and build the TP, or maybe he did and it just didn't cue the action.
Correcto.
Fortunately, shift click is a bit unreliable at times. Mido acknowledging that in just about every game, one of them has complained about some game mechanic, whether it be coin mine placement or ATP or trading post building. And I gotta say, like, they're right. This game has some problems. As great of a game as it is, it's yeah. Well, I think anyone here who actually plays the game knows what's up. Okay, we see Kaiserklein now aging up with the scout. That's gonna be 4 hussars on age up, I believe. 5 Dops here to burn down this outpost. The 2 Ulans and the Dops are going to take some damage, though. There's both an ATP and an outpost here to do some damage to them. Honestly, Kaiserklein could potentially go and engage with these dogs and tomahawk, forcing these units to take even more damage from these buildings. Looks like he's gonna rather wait for H3 though, now sending in his H25 settlers. Try to keep his economy on par. As we can see, economically, Mito is already on 28 Vil pop versus Kaiserklein's 19. Kaiserklein now creating musketeers. It does look he's going to be pretty much all in on food and gold in H3. Mido also sitting on a shipment. Curious as to what he's going to be doing with that. 700 coin now coming in for Mido. These dogs will wreck those Ulans, my goodness. 1 Ulan goes down. 5 musketeers now available to start poking down those Dops. Very tanky, but they struggle versus ranged units. 1 house goes down for Kaiserklein. He's now pop capped and he's gonna need to either buy some wood or chop some if he wants to put down any other houses. See 4 Hussar now there for Kaiserklein. Now shipping in Spanish gold. Trying to get everything he can out of his shipments. Alright, and he does put down a house, so he will now be able to train some units. Also chopping more wood. Looks like he's going to be wanting even more houses to just ship and build as many units as possible. Mito also nearly ready to head to age 3. Only missing a little bit of coin, and he's got enough. Is he going to age with the Philosopher Prince? Or, sorry, the Exiled Prince. The fast age 3 age up.
Yeah?
Mito not actually aging, just kind of sitting on his age 3 resources. Has he forgotten? Is he just too focused on microing these dops? Now sending in militia.
All right.
Yeah, it looks like he... Oh, I apologize for missing that. It looks like Kaiserklein was actually coming in with a Hussar raid, the 4 Hussar that he got from his age up. Now building rods. Mido also raiding with Ulans, but Dop shutting down that raid. We see, in terms of Vilpop, it is still Mido favored, 32 to 26. 1,000 wood now being sent in for Kaiserklein. Is he potentially going to use that to build another town center and try to outboom Mido? You see 5 rods and 5 musketeers here for Kaiserklein. Mido has now finished aging with the Exiled Prince. He is now ready to start some Age 3 combat versus Kaiserklein. First sending in 8 skirmishers. Kaiserklein nearly done securing the trade post line, now building his 4th trade post. Soon he'll have the full line and he'll be able... Yep, he is now getting stagecoach. It's going to help put his economy on par with Mido. We see that in terms of Vilpop, they're actually very similar, 33 to 29, but these 4 TPs are actually going to make... are actually going to get Kaiserklein ahead in terms of eco. Oh, wow, okay. It looks like Kaiserklein never actually finished building this mid-map TP that he had to replace after Mido burned down the first one. So he's currently only sitting on 2 TPs. Are we going to see another complaint in chat about how it never finished building, maybe? War wagons coming in for Mido. At the same time, we've got 9 rods. Stagecoach nearly done researching. I imagine we're going to see that go on coin once it is done. So maybe also wood. Looks like Kaiserklein is also in need of some wood for housing. Yep, we see it completely go on wood. Mido now pushing forward with his army. War wagon stops and skirmishers. Still waiting on that war wagon shipment.
Sí, ¿qué me ordena?
Kaiserklein with 18 rods, now pushing in. He's got 7 skirms as well. With 2 batches of skirms in training, is this going to be a rod skirm composition?
¿Qué me ordena?
I gotta say, it's looking really good for Kaiserklein. He's got lots of resources coming in. Mito's struggling to keep up. Now shipping in 2 Falcons. Spanish gold also doing wonders for him, providing him with lots and lots of coin to continue fueling his military. May potentially see an engagement here over this trade post. Kaiserklein may be picking off some war wagons with his massive skirms. Kaiserklein now chasing Mito's army. However, I don't know if he has the mass to push into Mito's base just yet. Where are his Falcons? They're over here. It's a lot of war wagons, though. He's got to be careful with those falconettes. Hmm. Okay. Not much to say right now. Both players mainly just focused on building up their military. Mito sending in 5 DOPS. Kaiser continuing to train double batches of skirmishers, now switching over to rods. How many skirmishers is he on? He's got 34 skirmishers, so quite a few. Mito has only 14 skirms. So at range, Kaiserklein will have the advantage. Now taking advantage of his falconets, that Germany does not have access to a 2 falconet shipment. Using those falconets to just kind of siege down Mito's base, slowly do some damage. Now sending in archaic infantry combat, that's going to improve his rods by quite a bit. No other archaic infantry currently in his composition to improve. Oh my goodness, Mido has moved his villagers to the center gold mine. However, Kaiserklein has skirmishers right there. Mido's going to be, losing some bills and potentially even settler wagons here. Wow, yeah. Okay, are the Uhlans engaging on top of the rods? Oh my god, the rods are in a great position. They're right on top of the Uhlans and the war wagons. Dop's trying to close in on the skirmishers, but the falconets and the skirms are going to do tons of damage to them. Rods do have 40% melee resistance, so the Dops will win that fight, but it'll take them quite a while to chew through those rods. And once again, Kaiserklein takes the win. His rods were just in the perfect position. Oh no. Man, I feel like every single game so far, Mito has, he's performed very well, but he just got outpositioned in a big fight. My goodness. That's 5 games now for Kaiserklein. Holy crap. I want to see the resources gathered timeline. It looked like it was pretty even with Germany being ahead for a good portion of the game. And yeah, here we can see Germany had the settler advantage for quite a while. Kaiserklein eventually started catching up, but I believe it's not really due to his settlers, but more due to the trading posts as well as Spanish gold. Oh my goodness. About military unit pop. Yeah, wow, it's just like the Russia versus British game where Mito was actually ahead in terms of military unit pop for most of the game, but by taking advantage of, good positioning, Kaiserklein was able to just win a fight. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. Kaiserklein is really, really killing it with this micro. Yeah, it is, yes, Ava's friend. It's going to be 7 games. They're all going to be played. So even though Kaiserklein is 5-0 right now, they are going to play all 7 games. So we have, it's going to be a very entertaining evening for us. I know, right? It's super lit. These games, this is crazy. Like, I can't believe we keep seeing Kaiserklein pull off these crazy micro victories. It's... Like there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn in these games. I think we really took a look at what mattered in the post game. We saw military pop, villager pop, resources gathered. Yeah, My goodness. You know, I haven't really played much Spain, but man, this game makes me want to play Spain. And actually, I guess one of the main reasons is because I feel like rods are a bit hard to micro. I feel like the couple of times I have played Spain and tried to go rod skirms, my rods normally get sniped by enemy skirms and enemy artillery. It feels quite bad. I got to learn to play it the way Kaiserklein does. This is incredible. All right, let's go on to game 6. After this, we can go ahead and check to see if game 7 is over. Take a look at that as well. All right, India versus Germany. Kaiserklein is now playing Germany. This is the first Asian civilization we see so far in this Mito versus Kaiserklein series. Both players normally preferring European civilizations. You know, we've seen a lot of Germany, a lot of France, Spain, some classic mashups. We did see one game with Haudenosaunee versus Ottomans, but it's been pretty much all European civilizations. The other game was Russia versus Britain. It's the first time we're seeing an Asian civ. Is this going to potentially be Mito's first victory? Is an Asian civ going to allow him to, to pull something off versus Kaiserklein? I don't know. Kaiserklein is well known for being a master of Germany. I've heard it said that it's his best civilization. This could be a tough game for Mito. Though I gotta say, I do want to see him pull off at least one win versus Kaiserklein. It's very sad to see Kaiserklein 5-0 him. If I was Mito, if I was in Mito's shoes right now, I would be very dispirited. It's got to be really draining to play this many games and just lose. All right, we see Mito picking up 80 wood, a great treasure for India since their villagers cost wood instead of food. It's gonna help them make sure their villager production is consistent. Now sending in distributivism. Let's take a look at the deck. Food silos and rum distillery in age 1 in case he ends up needing to go into rice paddies in the late game. Aside from that, we see some standard India stuff, diplomatic intrigue, foreign logging, all 700 crate shipments in age 2, as well as 5 Sepoys, 4 Sawars, and unit upgrades. We see the standard India age 3 elephant shipments, as well as lots of military. East India Company, but no green jackets, which is good considering Kaiserklein does not have access to musketeers, though we may be seeing doppelsoldners, in which case green jackets may be sorely missed by Mito. In terms of Kaiserklein, 1v1 versus Indian, so an Indian counter deck. You see he is running Silversmith, as well as a very light age 2, a very heavy age 3 with lots of military shipments and mercenaries, as well as, some potential for age 4 with Polish winged hussars, heavy cannons, and horse artillery. Kaiserklein now picking up an 80 wood treasure. On his way to age 2 with the quartermaster. India also picking up an early trade post. However, he does not have good faith agreements, so we're not going to see some kind of, banking a shipment age 1 good faith agreements into French consulate crate shipments, which is a well-known Indian timing attack strategy. India now on their way up with a mid-map agrifort. Not really much to say right now. Both players trying to gather treasures. Are we gonna... We do see a trading post come down now. A mid-age up for Kaiserklein. India with lots of villagers on wood, not macroing towards food and gold yet for Sepoys and Gurkha. I'm curious to see whether or not Micro will be able to finish his first batch of units once the Agrifort is done building. TP is up for Kaiserklein.
Tayar.
Pretty much all the treasures on the map have been cleaned up at this point, aside from this last remaining 75 wood treasure. It looks like it will go to Kaiserklein. The Indian monks are quite far away, so I don't think they'll be able to do anything about it. Go ahead and turn on the IZUI overlay. Say that the economy of both players is pretty on par. Okay, 3 settler wagons as his first H2 shipment for Kaiserklein. We also see a barracks go down. Are we potentially going to see... No, we see crossbows as his first unit. India going to be sitting on 2 shipments once they hit age 2. Once this rickshaw comes to pass. Now having built a consulate, curious who we're going to see him ally with. Kaiserklein looking for an age 2 brawl. He is all in on food and wood, building crossbows and now pikes. In the meanwhile, India is shipping 700 wood, not building any units just yet. Rather, he is instead getting market ups, trying to do everything he can to get ahead of Kaiserklein economically. This could be a problem, though. Once Kaiserklein completes some pikes, Mito might lose his Agrifort if he doesn't create any units to defend it. Where are his age-up Sepoy? They're over here hunting Kaiserklein's Explorer. We now see 2 Ulans in the Indian base. Some sentries get called. Takes down one of the Ulans. Now diplomatic intrigue coming in, though Mido has still not chosen a consulate ally. He is training Sepoy now, though. Alright, Kaiserklein now sitting on 10 crossbows and 5 pikes. A second barracks comes down. And 700 wood being shipped. Mido chose till quite late to start building units, but that's helped him, you know, really push his economy ahead as India and get those important market ups. He's now going to be slowly catching up to Kaiserklein in terms of eco, since every time India sends a shipment, they receive a free villager. So really, despite not having villager shipments, India is able to build up quite the economic advantage over time, just by continually sending shipments. We see them now allying with the Ottomans and shipping 4 Sowars. Ottomans is going to allow India to send in a 3 villager shipment by paying export. Though we see instead he opts for the Ottoman Expeditionary Company. That's going to be 3 Ottoman Bastanchis, which are essentially Royal Guard Ottoman Hussars. So those are going to be age 2 Hussars with 10% better stats than the standard. Kaiserklein has quite the mass here, though I don't think that'll be enough to push into the aggro for it. However, if Mito decides to be aggressive here, you know, he may be in for a reckoning. Kaiserklein has a lot of units, and he's got 2 more batches about to finish. I don't know if I like this for Mito. doesn't quite have a large enough mass to push in. And we just see a huge mass of military units for Kaiserklein. The Sawars are just not tanky enough to do anything. These crossbows are gonna do a great job of sniping down the Sawars if they get close.
Auftrag.
Agra not doing too much damage. Unfortunately, it's, you know, it's got a cannon and everything, but you know, the AoE damage, look at that, only 4 damage from the AoE, 1 damage that time. It's not a very scary building. And it looks like it will go down to Kaiser's mass. Urka now trained, gonna take some pot shots as the aggro goes down. It's like Mito is looking to engage now, though he's got to be careful. Those pikes are going to do a lot of work. Oh no, he just traded a number of Sawars and even a Bastanchi for those pikes. It's not good for him. Now see militiamen, the militiaman shipment from the Ottoman consulate in for India. If he manages to take down those pikes, he has a chance. Sawars do quite a lot of damage with a 2x bonus versus light infantry. If they can manage to get on the crossbows, they could really do quite a lot of work. This isn't looking good. Mito's cavalry has been cleaned up, and these crossbows are very scary now. He either needs Sawars or Gurkha to deal with those. Now see both players shipping in 700 coin. This could potentially be age-up coin for Mito. We see he's sitting on 700 food. Putting down a barracks now in base. Yeah, it looks like the economy of both players has equalized at this point, and now India is going to begin pulling ahead with his villager advantage from shipments. Kaiserklein still building units. It looks like Mito may be able to reach age 3. Kaiserklein's still far ahead in terms of military, though. Even if Mito does manage to get to age 3, I don't know if it's going to matter much. Yeah, he's just building units right now. He wants to somehow catch up to this large, massive units that Kaiserklein has accumulated. I imagine he's going to be allying with the British next to send in some redcoats. Urka now here. Mito has identified that Kaiserklein is currently running a very infantry-heavy mass, so Gurkha would be a great choice. Gotta be careful with the Sawars, though. They're not very tanky units, and if they get touched by those pikemen, they will just kind of melt. Klein is doing a great job of kiting with these crossbows, though, doing tons of damage. Looks like Kaiserklein is actually going to be the player going to age 3, now going up with the exiled prince, whereas Mito was forced to spend all his resources on military units to try to clean up Kaiser's mass. This could be good for Mito, though. If he manages to clean up Kaiserklein's mass while Kaiserklein is aging, that puts him in a good position to, you know, potentially keep Kaiserklein from getting too strong once he hits age 3. And the pikes are getting cleaned up, and there are still 5 Sawars to clean up those crossbows, so Kaiserklein's military units will get cleaned up here. Mido now sending in 700 food. He is all in on food and wood. That's not good. He's going to need coins from military units. He may also want to look into age 3 now that Kaiserklein has reached age 3. We see 3 war wagons coming in for Kaiserklein. Kaiserklein giving himself a pat on the back for reaching age 3. I'm not sure why. I guess he's proud that he lost his military, or maybe his plan the whole time was to distract Mito by running him around with pikes and crossbows. Mito now looking to siege Kaiserklein's base. Kaiserklein about to pop with 10 skirmishers though. These are veteran skirms that, you know, the Gurkha are not going to be able to contest. Got 2 more damage and 2 more range. The skirmishers will do a good job of fighting the Gurkha. They even got more HP, yeah. Now see 8 skirmishers coming in for Kaiserklein. Militiamen pop as well. Is Kaiserklein going to be able to clean up Mito's mass here? Looks like Mito is trying to hit age 3, but man, he just does not have the coin. 18 gatherers on coin. Still missing 800 though. Second caravanserai coming in for Mito. It looks like he's expecting his forward caravanserai to be burned down by Kaiserklein. Mito currently ahead by 2 villager pop, now sending in camel attack. Is he not going to be aging? Is he planning to fight this in age 2? Zambarak's now in the mix. It looks like Mito's going to be going for Gurkha Zambarak. Yeah. Also training Sawars, so Sawar, Zambarak, Gurkha. I don't know if that's going to be enough. With Kaiserklein being in age 3, his units are going to be stronger than anything Mito could cook up. If the only way Mito will win with age 2 units is if he has a decisive mass. Now sending in the British Expeditionary Company, 6 redcoats. And Kaiserklein sending in 9 Uhlans. I don't know if Mito has the Zambaraks to currently deal with those. He's got 9 Zambaraks.
Yes.
Mito needs to watch out. There's lots of war wagons there, and those war wagons are... How many shots? Like, they're gonna be 3-shotting his Sawars. Sawars are just not very tanky. Now sending in the Zambaraks, it kind of looks like a suicide charge from Mito. I don't know if this is gonna go well. This is all of his Sawars. Now Ulan's coming in to engage the Gurkha. More Sawars entering the mix. I don't know if they're going to be very useful now, though. I think if Mito is going to build units, he might just be better off continuing to build Gurkha and Zambaraks, because at the very least those units will be able to do some damage before getting destroyed. Sawars are not really getting much done. They're getting killed by these war wagons for having the opportunity to do much damage. Desert Terror now coming in for Mito. I don't know how much good that's gonna do though. He's had a hard time getting his camels onto their counters. Kaiserklein now sending in 8 Uhlans, another batch of Uhlans. still training Soars for Mito. I gotta say, I really think Gurkha Zambarak is the way to go if he does plan to fight this in Age 2. The Sawars are connecting with the skirmishers. Looked like Kaiserklein was not paying too much attention. Actually getting a lot of damage in before these war wagons cleaned them up. How many Zambraks does Mito have left, and where are they? Did the Zambraks get cleaned up? I didn't. Oh, here they are. Mito currently on how many? 7 Zambraks. That is not enough to deal with the 8 Ulan shipment just sent by Kaiserklein. Yeah. Kaiserklein sitting on 10 Ulans. Looks like Mito is just trying to keep control of the coin mines, maybe starve Kaiser of coin. Mido now sending in foreign logging. He's really running out of H2 shipments to send. He's only really got Dravidian martial arts left. He may want to start macroing towards Age 3 soon. Lots of war wagons now for Kaiserklein. He's on 9 war wagons. Those Sawars are going to have a hard time getting anything done. Man, Kaiserklein is 4K score ahead. Oh no, and these Zambraks pop right on top of Kaiserklein's units. Get absolutely sniped by those war wagons. Mido pushing into Kaiserklein's base, because I did see a Vil go down there. Mido now 5 Vils ahead, taking down some houses. However, I think Kaiserklein's going to do the same. He's just going to walk right into Mido's base. Oh no, he's moving north. Mido's got a lot of Vils up here. Oh, this could be game. That's 12 Vils on this coin mine. Another. Oh my god, is that 24? That's the half of Mido's whole economy with war wagons and Ulans on top. Oh. This could be GG. Yeah, wow. Okay, game 6 goes to Kaiserklein with a crazy raid on half of Mido's economy. Oh my goodness. That's 6 games. 6 games in favor of Kaiserklein. I have no words. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Yeah. I don't know. I guess Mido should have tried to go Age 3 earlier. That would have given him access to his Age 3 shipments. Could have sent Zambaraks as well as Gurkha. It did look like he wanted to go towards Zambarak Gurkha combination regardless. Oh, man, I don't know when a good time would have been to age up. What a difficult game. Goodness. In terms of resources gathered, what does that look like? I'm expecting to see Mito ahead. Yeah, Mito was ahead, but Kaiserklein with those German unit shipments is just... Wow, he was just able to, ever since he hit Age 3, just kind of dictate the terms of the game. We actually have not seen any trash talk today, TRG AoE 3. Pretty much just complaints from both players with for things regarding, like, you know, standard AoE 3 issues like trading posts not getting built when you shift click them, or your coin mine sometimes spawning forward from your base rather than behind your base. But no, we've had these two players play, you know, very professionally today. Oh yeah, villager. Oh wait, this is the wrong one. I need villager pop. Yeah. Mito, despite being ahead economically for a good portion of the game, was just beaten out by those German unit shipments, especially that German raid. My goodness. Alright. I think we are good to go to game 7. Let me just go and see if game 7 has been sent yet. Alright, we do have game 7. Let me just go ahead and download it so we can get that ready. Alright, let me open up game 7. Alright, apologize for all the differences in the naming. Alright, game 7, Kaiserklein versus Mido. Are we going to see a perfect 7-0 here, or is Mido going to make his final stand? Okay, China versus France. We see Mito once again picking an Asian civilization, and Kaiser again picking a European civilization. Okay. Will the unique intricacies of an Asian civ allow Mito to pull something off here versus Kaiserklein? No, Kaiserklein won the Spain versus Germans game. He made really good use of his 2 falconets to kind of, well, you know, just kind of beat up the German military. Though I gotta say, it was more the rods in the Spain versus Germans games that really decided it. Kaiserklein put his rotoleros just where they needed to be to take out the war wagons and the Uhlans. Alright, we see age 1 TP coming down for Kaiserklein. Looks like he abandons it to instead try to steal this treasure from Mido. Who is getting 100 food? Mido manages to get 100 food and is now going to be able to just kind of beat on Kaiserklein's Explorer. No, Mido decides against it. I think his monk could have done it, just because the Chinese monk has a critical strike for 2 times damage at a 20% rate. Could potentially pick up Kaiserklein's Explorer. Did Mido lose a goat to Kaiserklein? See, Kaiserklein with 3 cows? And I don't see a goat. I was able to pick up 3 water buffalo as opposed to only 2 from Mido. However, those 2 water buffalo are going to go further for Mido. He is able to fatten them on his villages. And he has a goat now. Okay. A goat and 2 water buffalo, so both players with 3 livestock. Okay. Alright, we see Kaiserklein with the same French deck that he brought earlier when he fought the French Mirror. Mido with a How Not to Play deck, where he's running lots of resource shipments age 2, as well as the standard 8 Chukonu, 9 King Pikemen, and 7 Step Riders, so he could fight in age 2 if he should decide to do so. But he's also got lots of stuff in age 3. He's got 10 Arquebusiers, 11 Chengdao, 5 Meteor Hammers, as well as the standard upgrades, and of course, Manchu Cav Archers. So he could very easily play this both in age 2 and in age 3 as China. We see Kaiserklein now on his way up with the Quartermaster. Mito's still working on his age up. Looks like it might be a bit late. Kaiserklein building his second trading post now.
是准备就绪。
80 wood treasure getting picked up by Mido. Mido still not aging up at 3 minutes 30. Looks like he is, aware of it in chat. He knows he's very late on the age up. It's already 3:35. He still needs 200 more food. Oh my goodness. Oh, and his explorer died. Oh no, Mido. This is your last chance. This is supposed to be your comeback. What are you doing? Finally going up now with the Summer Palace. How many vills are tasked? 4 vills building the Summer Palace. A Navajo scout from Kaiserklein just sitting on top, keeping an eye on what Mito's up to. Kaiserklein now also going to build a 3rd TP. He's gonna, be very ahead with triple TP. Control the entire TP line. Now, researching trade cart? No, he cancels it? It looks like he realized it would idle his TC. No, he is building trade cart, and gonna be queuing a CDB next, I imagine. No military building just yet, but he is decidedly ahead economically. I mean, 3 TPs is huge. China, in the meanwhile, still on the way to age 2.
Wait.
I think by the time China hits age 2, Kaiser's going to be on his way to age 3. He does seem to be macroing towards an age up right now. Trade cart still on the way. Alright, Mito now hits age 2. The Summer Palace. Training a standard army. A consulate also coming in. Are we going to see German allies? Or a more aggressive British ally? War Academy also coming in. Sending in H2 New. Is this going to be aggressive H2 China? I don't know. He's a bit late on the age up. I don't know if aggressive age 2 play is going to be enough at this point. Kaiser with 3 TPs on coin. China going for the German ally, so he's going to go for more German trickles. Try to get his economy up to par with Kaiserklein. Keep the Eyes UI up here open. This may indicate that Kaiserklein is ahead on Eco. Wait. Oh no, sorry, that Mito is ahead on Eco. But Kaiserklein has 3 TPs, yeah, he's quite strong. Old Han army, as well as 7 step riders coming in for Mito. However, Kaiserklein is already on his way to age 3 with the Exiled Prince. His trade posts are now on wood. Age 3 French military is very scary. I don't know what Mito is going to be able to do about that if he is focused on just making age 2 units. Gonna have to try and raid with those 7 step riders. Skirmishers now being shipped in for Kaiserklein. He's in age 3. He's going to start building up a veteran skirm and cuirassier mass, maybe? Probably throw in some goons as well, though I guess he doesn't really need those very much against China. But my goodness, French cuirassiers are going to do some crazy work against Chinese Age 2 units. One TP does go down for Kaiserklein. Mito now putting up a TP near his base. He's going to take advantage of the trade cart that was researched by Kaiserklein. You now see 700 coin being shipped in for Mito. Is he going to be going to Age 2? We see that he's, very heavily macroing towards food right now. Cuirassiers are trained for France. Is 4 cuirassiers going to be enough to clean up this mass? Oh, if he manages to snipe the pikemen, very well may be. We now see another 3 cuirassiers being shipped in for Kaiserklein. Step Riders getting behind him, potentially getting on these skirmishers. Oh my goodness. Kaiserklein's skirmishers have been caught out by the Step Riders. They are going to make short work of them. Getting some shots off onto the cuirassiers. Mito's honestly in a good situation. Kaiserklein does not have much military anymore. Mito could potentially take advantage of this to send some Step Riders and do some raiding. Looks like instead he's just backing off though. I don't know if that's a good idea, though he is about to age up. What age up are we gonna see from Mito? Yep, we see the Porcelain Tower rather than the Confucian Academy. So no Flying Crows are going to be trained in Age 3 for Mito. He's also not going to receive Arquebusiers on Age Up. Instead, he is going to get his Eco slightly ahead, which honestly seems like a good idea. In terms of Bill Pop, he is ahead of Kaiserklein, though Kaiserklein does have CDBs, which you have to account for, so maybe it's not as uneven as it looks. However, the TPs are now equal for both sides, and the Porcelain Tower will definitely be important in giving Mito an economic advantage. Can we take a look to see what trickles he's picked up from the consulate? Unfortunately, it doesn't seem that the UI is going to show us what trickles Mito has actually grabbed from his German consulate. So that's also going to be contributing towards his economy. Alright, we now see 9 Kang Pikemen coming in for Mito to defend against this massive Cuirassier raid. That's 12 Cuirassiers. That's a ton. I don't know if he doesn't have the pikemen to deal with that. Now 2 villagers getting picked up by the Cuirassiers. These guys are really tanky, 510 HP, 20% range resist, and they've got AoE melee attack. Very scary units. Mito cancels the 9 Kang pikeman ship and now ending relations with Germany. He has his Porcelain Tower. He needs to switch the Old Han army on the Summer Palace to a territorial army as soon as he gets the chance. He's kind of chasing Mito's army around. Goodness. Kaiserklein still training Cuirassiers, now putting up a barracks. Honestly though, like, he could probably clean up China's whole army with the Cuirassiers he has now. China does not have enough Kang pikemen to deal with that. My goodness, what is Mito going to do in this situation? These Cuirassiers are terrifying for him. I guess even if he gets cleaned up, as long as he manages to pull off a cost-effective trade, it should be okay for him. He is now in Age 3 with a Porcelain Tower and is going to be able to start building territorial armies. 5 Dragoons now being shipped in for Kaiserklein. He did rebuild the center map TP. The TP is now on wood. Mito also with 1 TP on wood. Kaiserklein being as annoying as possible over here, sieging the Chinese TP with his Explorer, just pinging Mito. No, we didn't miss the battle. Kaiserklein did not clean up. What happened was, we were looking at it earlier, I don't know if you missed it, but Mido sent his Kang pikemen to just engage the cuirassiers while pulling back with the step riders and the Chuko Nu. So Mido was able to keep his important unit safe, and now he has Chang Dao that he shipped in Age 3, ready to defend against more cuirassiers. Alright, intervention. I believe that's 9 redcoats coming in for Mido. In the meanwhile, cavalry combat coming in for Kaiserklein. He's still very heavy on cavalry, 14 cuirassiers. However, Mido now has Chang Dao, and Chang Dao are gonna perform much better against cuirassiers than Kang pikemen. And those cuirassiers are going to be terrifying with cavalry combat. Just look at these stats. 573 HP, 33 hand attack. Veteran cuirassiers. My goodness. Those are beefy boys. Village upgrades now coming in for Mido. Still training territorial armies. 9 redcoats now in. Mido lamenting the full cuirassier army by Kaiserklein. Delete 1 Chuko Nu to send 10 pikes. I'm not quite sure I understand what he means by that. Now building the Forbidden Army to get his own cavalry into the fray. Looks like he will clean up a couple of CDBs from Kaiserklein, try to get ahead economically. However, Kaiserklein on 2 TPs and building the 3rd now. Looks like these redcoats might prevent that. These step riders are doing some work on this CDB. Are they going to be able to take it out? CDB does go down. Okay. Mido's got to take every advantage he can get. This is his comeback game. I really, I'll be honest, I'm rooting for Mido here. I don't want to see him get 7-0'd. I want to see him, pull off some kind of comeback victory. It does seem like Kaiserklein is doing a bit of a troll strat. I don't know if full cuirassier is really the play against China. I mean, it's definitely strong considering China has a difficult time building anti-cav. So maybe that is the strat. I'm just not sure. Yeah, even if this is some kind of meme strat from Kaiser, I mean he's won 6 games so far. I think even if he is just memeing and trolling, like he kind of has the right to do it. I mean, 6-0, that is a crazy score, especially against a veteran player like Mito. I now see 2 falconets coming in for Kaiserklein, as well as another batch of cuirassiers about to be ready. Is this... Oh my goodness. What did you just... My cat just kicked my keyboard. Okay, looks like it was just pause. Okay. I don't know if I like the positioning of Mito's army. I think he wants it to be closer to his base, especially now that Kaiserklein's going to be pushing up with falconets. Yeah, these cavalry were a good idea for Mito. Now that Kaiserklein has falconets, those are some great targets for the cavalry to get on. Chinese cavalry, especially the flail cavalry, is incredibly good at taking out falconets. They have additional range, so from range they could just whip these falconets with their flails. And here comes the big fight. Kaiserklein coming in, beginning to burn down the Summer Palace. Has Mito sent in repelling volley? No, he has not. Repelling volley could be important here because it gives the arquebusiers a bonus against dragoons. Oh my god, that's the Summer Palace and a War Academy down for Mido. The Cuirassiers going in to burn the TC with their high siege attack. Mido burning houses in return? I don't know if this is the play. He lost one of his wonders. And now he's burning down houses in turn? Doesn't seem quite good. Quite all that good. Cav HP now coming in. These are going to be some incredibly tanky Cuirassiers for Kaiserklein. Well, I mean, I guess if Mito's gonna take a fight, now is the time. He's gotta get those Changdao and Redcoats onto the Cuirassiers. His own cavalry aren't what he wants to be fighting those with. Alright, looks like one of the Falconets does go down, but the other one is over here hiding in the woods. Oh, and it does look like Mito's mass is gonna get cleaned up. And Mito calls GG. That's 7-0 for Kaiserklein. Oh my goodness, 7-0. What an incredible series. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that happened. That's... Mito, I feel for you, man. You played really well, but my goodness, Kaiserklein is... You know, he knows his matchups. He knows that in this matchup versus China, like, what are you supposed to do against Cuirassiers? I guess you could go with the anti-cav army, which I believe is Kang, Pikemen, and Keshiks. But, man, it's just... Wow. What a game. What did the resources gathered look like? Yeah, despite everything Mito did to try to get economically, Kaiserklein, with his CDBs as well as trading posts, was able to just stay ahead economically pretty much the entirety of the game. And in terms of unit pop, I believe Mito did overtake him at some point, but Kaiserklein, yeah, at first, you know, Mito was sending in 8 Chuko Nu, building Han armies, but he didn't really do much with those Age 2 military units. Due to the late Age 2 from Mito, Kaiserklein was able to reach Age 3 very quickly and just start, you know, absolutely massing up Cuirassiers, which, you know, what do you do against this China? Oh my gosh. Yeah, just... Keshik, like Keshiks just aren't great. You have to spend half the resources of that army on Kang Pikemen. It's just so sad. Yeah, Hazza, I think you're right. Manchus are really the only option Mito had. Manchus would have, you know, done a great job taking down those Cuirassiers and maybe giving the rest of his units a chance to shine, because otherwise everything just gets cleaned up by the Cuirassiers. Hand mortars? What? Alright, that's a troll statement right there. Hand mortars were not the play here for sure. You're saying I know the game too well? Well, I'll be honest, that's all I know. I'm the type of player that I love playing strategy games, and I love researching how to play them well. The problem I have is that with games like this, where you need to be fast and have a high APM, I'm terrible. My APM is quite bad. So as much as I know about the game and as much as I might enjoy it, I tend to fall behind when it comes to micro. You could say I'm a bit like Mito in this matchup, where, you know, Kaiserklein just out micros him and always has the correct units in position. Yeah, wow. How many dragoons were there? 13 dragoons? Man, Kaiserklein didn't even need that many. I want to say Mito only got out 2 or 3 batches of cav, and he didn't even kill both falconets. Oh gosh. Kaiserklein memeing by sticking his falconet in the woods. I gotta say, this is one of the most frustrating things to deal with when there's a falconet hiding in a woods, and you just sometimes you don't even see it. You hear a cannon firing, and you take out one of the falconets, and you can't find the second one. You're jumping all over the place, looking at the skirms, looking at the dragoons, trying to micro your units, and you just don't see that second falconet. Well, Hazel, the problem there is that Kaiserklein had a lot of dragoons. As much cavalry as Mito had, it just wasn't enough to kill both falconets. Before he could get onto the second one, the dragoons had already cleaned up his cavalry. I would agree beyond limit. Though I don't know, Mido seemed to already be behind economically. So if he had gone Confucian Academy over Porcelain Tower, the game may have been over before he even spawned his first flying crow, and he wouldn't have had the gold that he got from this otherwise. Which in this case he used to build, that forbidden army with the cavalry. He used it to build territorial armies. I think without that Porcelain Tower, this mass that Mido had would have been smaller than it was. Yeah, the falconets were nowhere near the problem. The real problem was the giant mass of cuirassiers that Mido just didn't have any answer to. Oh my goodness, what a game! I'm honestly really hyped. I think after this stream, I'm probably gonna pull it up and maybe play a game of China myself, or maybe a game of Spain. Two civs that I'm honestly terrible with. But hey, maybe if I can manage to beat the extreme AI, that's something. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh well, Lobotomite. Mito never sent Repelling Volley. You can see it's right here in his deck. Um, all Repelling Volley would have really done for Mito is make it so that the Arquebusiers perform better against the Dragoons, but the Dragoons weren't the big problem. It was the Cuirassiers, so maybe what I would have liked to see is maybe territorial army combat, or the Manchus if he could somehow pick up enough gold for them. But yeah, Repelling Volley was never sent. I was more mentioning it as a potential counter to the Dragoon mass that Kaiserklein was starting to build. The Cav card? You mean the Cav upgrade card? I guess. I guess making his Cav a bit tankier could have helped. I don't know. I gotta say, the one thing I do agree with is that the Manchus were absolutely necessary. Well, alright. Let's see. I don't think there's much else to say about this game. We can kind of call it here. This was an incredible series, Mido versus Kaiserklein. Just, we had some really classic matchups. We had a French mirror, we had a German mirror, we had that Ottoman versus Haudenosaunee Age 2 brawl where we got to see some, early Age 2 Ottoman aggression, a strategy that really you don't see anymore. You saw that all the time in vanilla. Janissary rushes, I think, you would see just all the time in vanilla AoE 3, and they were incredibly annoying. Janissary rushes with eventually a bit of Abus, and we saw that now from Kaiserklein. He's bringing back these classic strats. He's not a Bado player. He's a player that when he picks Ottomans, he's got a plan in mind, and he's gonna surprise his opponent. All right. Yep. GG. Thank you, Robot, for GGing the players. Agreed. Very well played for Kaiserklein, and I hope you all have a good day. I believe we're gonna have another series casted later today by Lena. Who is going to be playing? Let me confirm that for you guys. It should be. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not sure. what series the next series is going to be. I need to go and look for the documents that list that. But it will be casted by Lenla and Lena, so you know keep your eyes on your Twitch notifications for when that happens. I'm sure those games are also going to be very exciting. All right, well, I'm gonna go play AoE 3 now. So you guys have a good day. Yeah, there will be another series later, casted by Lenla and Lena. I can't say for sure who's playing at the moment. I'm not sure. You know what? Can we get mods and admins in chat, letting everyone know what the next series is going to be? All right. I don't know if we have anyone available to let us know. Kaiser versus CCC. Okay. Well, there you go. Thank you, Age of Killer. I appreciate it. Oh, wait. Next week? Huh, that's strange. I thought there was another series that has yet to be casted that was going to be casted today. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't coordinate all the series and what gets casted when and what gets played when, so I'm not really sure. Well, okay. Yak versus Duck. Okay, so it's going to be Yak Pasa versus Duck, an ECL series. That's going to be later today. Thank you so much, Jas, for coming and letting everyone know. All right. You know what? I am going to be moving to my own channel and maybe just playing some AoE 3 games. Um, I'm not gonna pretend I'm anywhere near a good player, but you know, I guess if anyone wants to spend some time together while we wait for the next series to air, I'm still really hyped. I want to play some games, so I'm gonna go do that. All right. I'm gonna disconnect and then move over to that. All right, everyone, have a good day.